All right, good night, good night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Fifi Joe. Welcome. Okay, wait. Oh, yes. Welcome, everyone. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I truly appreciate you guys. All right, tonight we're going to do a little reasoning. We're going to reason about the New Year resolution and how we could get to it sometimes. Don't forget, guys, on this platform is open discussion and we have different topic from time to time. Everyone have a right to their own belief. All right, we do not discriminate. Everyone have a right to whatever they believe. We're not here to change anybody belief. We're not here to change anybody thought. We just having open discussion and open dialogue, anyhow you want to take it. We could have any kind of conversation here. We could have discussion, we could have dialogue, we could have we could have any type of conversation, any level of conversation we want to get to, we can get there. Wait. So thank you guys for being here. Wait, the banner hall. All right. All right. Yes. All right, guys. So let's go on. Let's have a conversation for a minute, because sometimes I do hear conversation where we actually people having conversation, and most of the time, hey Salandiva, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Most of the time, especially when we reach to basically almost the end of the year, especially when we hit in December. This is the time when a lot of us does be talking about the new changes we want to do for the new year. Many of us, oh, we're not going to do this next year. We trying to accomplish this next year. Different plans. Everybody have different plans of what they want to accomplish. But in life, sometimes you got to place yourself in certain places. You got to associate yourself with certain people, and you yourself got to work on yourself. You got to try to raise your vibration, because the thing is, if you in a situation or if you in a place where you not feel comfortable, meaning you got to start thinking about you and working on you. All right, maybe where you functioning, maybe you need to raise your vibration, raise your frequency to a higher level, because you got to understand, wherever you situated, that's where you attract. This is the energy that you attract. This is the energy that comes to you where you situate yourself. When we situate ourselves on this low frequency, on the low frequency, this is where the stress, the pain, all these hard pains attack you. This is where they attack you, because you in the lowest state of your mind. And this is where everything attack you one after the other. So if that's the case, maybe you need to find yourself and raise yourself, raise your mind, raise your thinking out of that occasion. Raise your vibration, your frequency, that you could function on a different level. Because no, the higher level you function on is the more you attract. You attract more wealth, you attract more positive people, you attract, you understand, this is what you're going to be attracting, your things you want to accomplish. Your mind got to be settling on the level of where you want to accomplish things. If your mind is down on functioning where the stress, where the fear, where all these things is dwelling, it's hard for you to even function, to even figure out what you want or what you're going to do or what you're going to do for change your situation, what you're going to do to accomplish something you want to accomplish so long, but it's just not happening. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, it's not going to just happen overnight. And it's not going to just happen by you sitting and waiting. Accomplishment comes by our action, the work that we put in. This is how accomplishment come. And if we in December and your plan is to accomplish more, get out, if you have a health situation, a health problem, you want to get out of these situation, you want to raise your vibration to another level. This is where healings comes. How healings come? How healing come by? Healings come by one, removing themselves or removing toxic that's inside us, whether it's, and I'm not referring to food, I'm referring to the thinking, our thinking. Sometimes our thinking is what keep us down. Sometimes our thinking make we not elevating. Sometimes our thinking make we focus on the wrong thing and not the right thing. No, if you trying to elevate and you trying to get to a higher place, that's what you got to focus on. You cannot sit down there on the lowest point and expect to get anywhere. No, you got to raise your vibration, raise your frequency, start to connect to the people who can get you there. And while you get in there, there will be people stretching their hands out to pull you right back down there. But you got to be strong enough. Your mind got to be strong enough to know, I don't want to go back there. I'm not functioning well there. I'm doing well up here. Because where you place yourself, this is where now you realize, man, wow, you now see changes, you now see accomplishment, you now see your health start to improve, you now start to see jobs opportunity coming to you, you now start to see so much different opportunity coming your way that you have to choose which one. Sometimes you're in a place, a dark place. You could be in a dark place, functioning on the low frequency. And by the time you wake up and get out of that place, you there and all you do, you stress, sickness. Some people in them time, they eat a lot. And by that, they get, that cause overweight, depression, because you're in the lowest state of your mind. Hey, Joy, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. You're in the lowest state of your mind, so you cannot function. I'm going to draw a little reference here. No, if you're in your car or if you're in your home and you have your television on, right? Your television is on or your radio. Let's deal with the radio in your car. Now, if you want to connect to a certain radio station, what you got to do? You got to make sure that you hit it on the exact point to connect to that radio station, to connect to that frequency. So that frequency, this is the radio station you love. This is the radio station that play the music for you and make you feel good and morning, that lift your vibration. But the only how you could tune into that radio station is if you turn the knob direct on the radio, on that knob, on that point. Then you're gonna be getting the music you're looking for, the music that help raise your vibration, the music that make you think on another level. You see what I'm saying? So it's important for us to connect ourselves to that true source. And only how we could connect to that true source, we got to raise our vibration. Because that true source do not dwell in that low point. You see what I'm saying? That low point is where you down there, sit down and stress out. Notice sometimes you might be just, and you down for a moment, right? And you might, you down and you might be just sitting for a couple days, which I don't think is a good idea, but I'm just saying. And all you doing is feel more depressed, more down and more, you know what I mean? And then you just tell yourself, you know what? Let me wake up, go outside, get some fresh air. And your feelings just strange. You see what I'm saying? Your feelings just strange. So sometimes we got to get out of that frequency if we want progress in our life. We got to align ourselves. We got to place ourselves. We cannot depend on someone to do that for us. We got to do that for ourselves. We got to place ourselves in position, in places where we could get connected. We got to raise our vibration. We got to raise our frequency in order to get this connection. When we start doing these things, then we will start to see more opportunity coming our way. Opportunity coming that we got to choose. We don't know. We have to ask. We have to sit down and meditate. Sometimes you're not working for months, and then 3 jobs just appear. 3 jobs appear to you. Now you thinking, which one should I choose? No, you got to go and meditate because you don't want to take the wrong job. You want to take the right one. So you have to go and meditate. No, and decide and choose which job you want to take. Because now you start functioning and the frequency that you need to be and where the opportunity come by. Some, believe it or not, we fail ourselves a lot of time and we blame people. But is we actually failing our own self? Because if you in a situation years upon years upon years and you cannot see no changes, you cannot see no progress, you cannot see nothing working out for you, you just there, is you got to get up and shake that off and say, you know what? It's time to make moves. It's time to make moves. And sometimes it's not get up and just move. It's sometimes raising your vibration, start thinking different. You see, by you raising your vibration, you opening up yourself to opportunity. You open up yourself to connect with the right people because you already have your plan. You already have your goal. But now you need people to connect to bring you up to your plan and your goal. Functioning on the lowest state of mind is not going to get you there. All that's going to do is have you there panicking, full of fear, scared to do anything. Sometimes stress, and we all know how stress operates. Sometimes it makes you full of stress, and all these stress create so much different type of situation. All these stress create health problem. So I'm just saying, sometimes we got to get ourselves out from these frequency. Sometimes we got to associate ourselves with people that can bring you up, not pull you down. If you are around people and they can lift your spirit by telling you things or encouraging you to do better or giving you ways how to improve yourself in life, well, then you need to move to other people. You need to raise your vibration, because once you raise your vibration on the right level, things gonna be working out for you, because you at the right level, you where you connected, you where the energy is just right, the vibes is right, you happy, you full of joy, your family feel, you understand, everybody nice. And you also need to have that same energy within your home. You see what I'm saying? Within your home, that's where everybody function on the same frequency. And this is what draw positivity and progress. You see, we can't function on low frequency. This is we messing us up today. We not functioning on the level we need to function. And most of the time, we blame people, because sometimes you see people just living. They're just living, but they're happy, and you could see the joy, you could see the happiness, you could see how they're doing well, they're happy, the family happy. That have a lot to do with themselves. That have a lot to do with the frequency they functioning on. Because if you functioning on level 1, that's gonna cause corruption. If all of you functioning on level 1, that's corruption right there. That's no peace. You got to get up to 5, get up to 5 and more. This is where opportunity come. This is where things just start working out. And some people might say, oh, what are you talking about? But try it. Try it for yourself. You know yourself. You are yourself. And if you're functioning with people, you associate yourself with people, and you're not getting nowhere, what that tells you. If you function in yourself with people that only speak negativity, that's only never have nothing uplifting to tell you. Everything you try to tell them, okay, well, I want to start this business next year. Oh, no, you don't need to start a business. Why are you going to start a business? This is what I'm talking about. People like that, you got to detach yourself, because that level you function in is not for you. If you want to elevate, you got to elevate yourself and find people who could help push you up the ladder, not people to pull you down the ladder, and every decision you make, they try to discourage you. You want to, next year you want to invest in a house. Oh, why are you going to buy a house? You ain't ready for a house. Well, you don't wait. People do these things. You cannot be functioning around people like this. They don't want to see you with anything. So what you do, you detach and you go up. Find people who want to tell you, you know what? You looking for a house? Okay. There's a house around the corner on sale. Or look a phone number, there's a house. Or check this website, there's a house. These are the people. So when I tell you about vibration and raise your vibration to higher level, that you could find the right connection you're looking for, believe it. It have to do with negative people around you and negative energy. It's hard to elevate when you're trying to raise and somebody playing tug of war with you. It's hard to elevate when you are your dreams is, I'm gonna own this next year. and somebody is telling you, no, I don't think you should do that, man. Man, that ain't a good idea. I don't think you should invest in no house right now. I don't think you should invest in a piece of land. Why would you tell somebody that? So I wouldn't hang with people like that. I will detach myself from people because it's, I don't know. All I'm saying, if you want to elevate for 2024, you got to change yourself. You got to look within yourself. You want progress, you got to start detaching yourself. Sometimes you got to purge yourself. You check what I'm saying? And get yourself to the level you need to be. Get yourself to the level where people could reach out to you and help you. When I say help you, I'm not telling you give you money. I'm just telling you with information to get you to other place. You know, you raise your vibration. You might want to buy a house, and someone, oh, you want to buy a house, and someone know there's a beautiful house up the block, and they're gonna call you and tell you. You don't want to do that with people who will know there's 3 houses around the block for sale, and you looking for a house, but they wouldn't tell you. That's not who you want to hang with for the new year. You want to hang with people who want to see you grow. You see what I'm saying? Don't waste your time trying to convince or impress people who not doing anything. You check what I'm saying? There are certain people will want to see you grow. You know why they want you grow? You know why they want you have houses, land? You know why they want that? Because they know if you elevate, they elevate as well. You see what I'm saying? You might ask me why, but that's the truth. That's people who think positive. All right. So for the new year, if you want to get to that higher place, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a piece of land, you got to get around people who could help you. You got to get around people who know deals. You see what I'm saying? There's people who know things. You hear they say not who you is not is who you know, is who you know. All right. So for the new year, you want a new resolution. If things working for you, fine. But if it's not working for you, and 5, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, you've been planning, oh, I want to buy a house, but you're not making no move to buy the house. Oh, I want to buy a piece of land, but you're not making the move to buy this piece of land. You're not saving any money. And sometimes, if you in position yourself right, it will be very difficult for you to save a dollar. Sometimes you will be saving and something just come in and take it. Believe it or not, guys, your frequency that you dwell on have a lot to do with your progress in life. Remember, if there's a rich guy, real estate, not rich, real estate guy, who know where you could go, and they know where all the houses on sale, right? They know where the land is on sale. If you associate yourself with these people, they're the one who are going to tell you there's a house coming on the market. They will tell you these things. But if you don't there functioning on that lower level where the stress, the pain, the anxiety, everything dwells, they're not going to reach out to you down there. They don't have no time with you. But if you up there functioning, making connection, jobs, opportunity, everything coming your way because you're functioning on the level you need to be functioning on. And you cannot allow people to take you from your comfort zone and drive you down to their zone, because some people is very comfortable dwelling on the first and the lower level. Some people is very comfortable. But if that's not you and you want more for yourself and you want better for yourself, then sometimes You just got to elevate. And how you elevate, sometimes you got to throw off weight off your shoulder. Sometimes you got to purge yourself. Sometimes you got to do a lot of forgiving just to get, just to release, because most of the time, sometimes we don't forgive. And what we do, we hold on things, and that help drag we down to the lower level where stress, anxiety, everything take us over. So guys, thank you guys for coming out tonight, man. I hope that few words I know said can motivate somebody for this New Year's. You wanna new resolution for this year? Start working on it now. Start finding people who could help you to get to these places. I'm not talking about finance. I'm talking about information. Associate yourself with people who could help you get where you need to go. Not the ones that pulling you down while you trying to put up your feet. Some they pulling you down. All right. Hey, all right. Hey, welcome Fifi. Welcome Salon. Diva. Welcome Jim Mama. Welcome the everyday life of an OC district. Welcome John. Thank you guys for being here, man. I hope this inspires somebody tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. Truly appreciate you guys. All right, let me see. Guys, don't forget, please like, subscribe. Well, if you ain't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please give the video a thumbs up. I will truly appreciate that. Indeed, your network is your network. Definitely, definitely. And the truth is, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Oh, thank you, the everyday life. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Sometimes in life, and I've seen these things before. Sometimes in life, there's opportunity comes your way. And sometimes you wanted the opportunity, but the time the opportunity comes, you wasn't ready or you wasn't prepared. But this is an opportunity you wanted. Like for instance, you might want a home. You might want to buy a house. But the opportunity comes, and man, you wasn't ready for the opportunity. Maybe the finance wasn't there, right? Or the house maybe cost more than you expect. Some people gonna allow that to affect them for the rest of their life. Some people will allow that to affect them for the rest of their life. Don't make that affect you. If it come in a time when you wasn't ready, maybe you didn't have the finance together, maybe you wasn't ready, or somebody get it before you, don't worry about it. Maybe it wasn't meant for you. Maybe that wasn't meant for you. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep saving. Keep getting yourself together for when the next one come. So when the next one come, you ready. Don't make, sometimes, what does happen to us sometimes? Sometimes we allow situation like failure. We call it failure, but it's not really failure. Sometimes we call failure. We dwell on failure and we call it failure because the opportunity come, or we apply for something and it did not come true. We apply for a job, someone get the job before us. So we call that failure, and some people will dwell on that. Some people will dwell on that for the rest of their life, that they apply for a job and they did not get it. Well, maybe it wasn't for you. You see what I'm saying? Maybe that job wasn't for you. All you got to do is get yourself ready and prepare for the next one. Like the everyday life say, failure or lessons learned. Exactly. Exactly. So don't make failure stop you from doing what you want to do or what you want to accomplish. In this life, nothing comes easy. Accomplishment ain't come easy in this time. So sometimes we have to make extra moves, position ourselves. You see the whole thing is it's almost like a blueprint. Success is like almost a blueprint. For real. The where you position yourself. You see, and this is the thing, you might be living in an area. You might be living in an area, but where you live in, and this is what where you live in is not really where you function the best. You see what I'm saying? Where you live in mightn't be the place that you function the best. So sometimes you might got to make move. Sometimes you might got to go to another state, and guess what? Somebody might say, well, what do you mean? You want me to just root up and go to another state? Well, no. Sometimes you just got to do that. Because many people I speak to, tell me they move from one place to the next, and it was the best thing they ever do. Because where they were is like, it's like nothing they do, nothing they try wasn't working. Everything was just a disaster. And by the time they make move, they get their own place, they get their car, and things just start working for them. So sometimes you got to be ready to make move. You can't just sit back and just accept everything. You cannot accept things that not upbuilding you. You know what I'm saying? You cannot sit down and accept things that not building you. You got to position yourself where you could find things that can build you. ATWP Popcorn, how you doing? Let me see. Loser quit when they fail. Winners fail until the success. I love that one. I love that one. Joel, I love that one. I agree with that. I agree with that. If it's truth, yes, yes. Yes, guys. So it's all about movements. It's all about position, where you position yourself. Right? It's all about the mindset. And moving, shifting, all this could come from your mind. Sometimes too, it's not about getting up and move to a different place. Sometimes it's a shifting of your mind, your thinking. But sometimes you might live in an area, and where you live in, you cannot function because the energy that's around you is mostly like it's like the low frequency. So, and that's not what you build for. You ain't built for that frequency. You build for a higher frequency, so you cannot function there. So sometimes making moves to other place, maybe that might be the place for you. Maybe that might be where you functioning well, you happy. You watch your kids, them smiling. You watch your wife or your husband, everybody just smiling and happy because of the energy, the vibration. You all on that level that you're supposed to be, and not down to the low frequency. This thing is for real. Great host, another night in paradise. All right, thank you, PW. Yes. Yes. So frequency, movements, vibration helps take you to different places. frequency, movements, vibration help take you to different places. No, you as a person gotta know when something working for you or when it's not working for you. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to know if you dwell in somewhere and nothing you do is going right. You got to think, man, something ain't right here. You ever go somewhere? Let me ask you guys. Press one if this ever happened to you. You ever go somewhere and while you're there, you just the energy and you saying, man, I don't like the energy here. I don't like the feelings. I don't like the energy. And sometimes you just, well, me personally, if I go somewhere and I don't like the energy, the feelings, the vibes, I'm leaving. I'm not waiting a minute. After once the vibes ain't right, I'm out. And I'm sure a lot of you, I'm sure, okay, G Mama, all right. I'm sure a lot of you go through that as well. You go to a place and the feel, nothing ain't feel right. The energy, the vibes, nothing feel right. So that's not for you. This not where you function. So you could never feel right there because that's not where you function. So this is what I'm saying. We all have to know where is our comfort zone. The place that make you feel happy. The place that make your family feel happy. The place that the energy in your household is so nice that everybody's smiling with each other. Everybody could sit down and have a conversation and not arguing and yelling at each other because of the vibes, because of the energy. You see what I'm saying? So this is, to me, is very important. Frequency, movement, vibration is important. And you got to understand them. You got to know when you somewhere it's not feeling right, that's not for you. You got to know when you somewhere and you just feeling just right. You look at your, it buffing. Fifi says buffing. Guys, is it buffing? Fifi says buffing with she. Is it buffing? If it buffing, let me know, guys. Yes. So the frequency is very important in a personal life. The vibration. Okay. I guess it's your internet, Fifi. G Mama says she good. Yes, guys. So the frequency, the movements, where you know, and some people, believe it or not, guys, some people travel with bad energy. You know, and this is the thing too. Bringing people to your home. Bringing people to your home. You got to be careful with people who you bring to your home. Because your home could be beautiful, nice, comfortable, family is intact, everybody living nice, and you could bring somebody in your home and they offload a bad energy inside your home, offload it there, and go and leave it there. And when you catch yourself, your whole house turned upside down. So you got to know who you entering into your, remember guys, your home is your sanctuary. This is where you, after you done walk, after you done do whatever you got to do, this is where you go, relax, cook, eat, whatever with your family. You got to be careful of the people you bring into your home, because a lot of people travel with bad energy and all they do is offload them. You see? And when they offload them, they leave them in your home and create corruption in your home. And now some people might say, oh, that's harsh. What do you mean don't bring nobody in your home? That's not what I said. Never say don't bring nobody in your home. I said be careful who you bring in your home. I know people, when people come by them, they come outside and meet them. You understand? They're not coming in to their home, because the truth is, if I got to bring you in my home and I got to be dusting thing and all kind of stuff after you gone, then it don't make sense. It don't make sense. But all I'm saying is, you got to watch who you bring in your space, in your sanctuary, in your space, your place of peace. You don't want nobody corrupt that. Hey, Mike, what's up? You don't want nobody corrupt that. This is where you dwell. This is your comfort zone. When they're gone, you still live there. You and your family. And when they don't offload their demons off their back and leave it by you, no, you got to deal with that. You got to deal with that, with that negative energy that they lift off. And the next thing again, if you're planning on doing, this is why some people say, don't say anything when you're doing something, just do it. You see what I'm saying? Because there's people, right? And sometimes you just don't need to say anything for it, because there's people you might be trying to do something for the new year. Like you want to invest in a piece of land for the new year, and you might tell it to someone and they give you all the discouragement in the world not to do that, not to get it done. And then sometimes, even in homes, these things occur. This is what I'm saying. You got to try to get people, your family, on that same level. Like I say, you got to try having conversation, reasoning, listening to each other, because everybody have a voice. You're supposed to listen to each other and hear someone out. If you hear someone out, then you will understand them more. But if you just closing them up, how would you know? How would you know what's going on? So you want to have this conversation with your family, able to sit down and reason with each other. Or these negative energy will destroy homes, will destroy life, will put people in depression, will put people in, stress. And some people, when they stress, they eat more. And eating more, they start putting on weight. Some people do that. Some people use stress. Stress make a lot of people do different things. Like, for instance, and guys, please do not, if you taking a drink, I'm not telling no one to drink anything, because I don't drink. So I'm not encouraging none of that. What I'm saying is, if you as a person that having a drink, or you want to drink, have a drink, do it because you feel like you want to drink. Don't do it because you feel it's going to take away your pain and it's going to take away your stress, because it ain't going to take away anything. All it's going to do, give you a hangover the next day, and the problem is still there. So don't ever, a lot of people do this, and a lot of people end up get addicted, because what they do, they drink and they put them, don't knock them out or put them for sleep or whatever. But guess what? When you wake up the next day, you have a messed up feelings, and the problem is still there. So if you have situation, you got to figure out how to either get rid of the situation or work on your situation until you could get rid of it. Don't use things just to fix it overnight, and then you wake up the next day, the problem did not go away. And many people do that. It's not just drinking, in many different things as well. People use them just to ease the stress, but it's still there the next day. So my thing is, work on it, try to get rid of it, try to overcome it, maybe reach out to someone that you can trust, someone who can help you, because sometimes some people is waste of time reaching out to them. Because, and this is the problem too, and this is the problem, we got to be more understanding with people's situation. If someone come to you like they're going through something, and they come to you and they tell you, you should be, you should be understanding enough for no man that person going through something, and I don't think I should broadcast this. You see what I'm saying? Be understanding. You know what I mean? Sometimes people need somebody to have a conversation with. And you should be the one. If someone come to me and have a conversation, I'll give them the best advice I can. I'll give them the best advice I can. If I don't have no advice, I'll tell you, well, maybe you might need to see, you know what I mean, seek some professional help or whatever. Because sometimes people going through things, man. Especially now, man, listen to me. Like I keep saying, guys, not because it mightn't be by our doorstep, meaning is not happening. This thing is for real, what's going on. And believe it or not, sometimes we love entertainment, but while we enjoying entertainment, there's people fighting to survive. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't be careful, while you entertaining, they coming to you. They coming by you. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you this: if when a person say, ain't nobody gonna sit down and watch their kids there have no food, no water, crying, and just sit down there. You understand? They're gonna get up and go looking. You see what I'm saying? So that because it not by our doorstep, it could come by our doorstep in different form. You might have, but somebody else mightn't have, and they might come by you and take what you have. So while the entertainment is going, people trying to survive. You see what I'm saying? It's getting crazy, man. This is why we got to start raising our vibration, our frequency, our thinking. We got to start thinking different. In times like these, if you're planning on accomplishing something next year, start now. If you were ever planning of owning a house or owning a piece of land, start now. Start working on it now. Because very soon, you're not going to be able to buy a piece of land. Very soon, it ain't going to be no land for sale. So if you could grab yourself a portion now, it will be beneficial to you in the future, because land does not rotten. Even fire can't burn it up. You see what I'm saying? It's there. Time is really changing, and we cannot be functioning on our low frequency anymore, because we're not gonna make it. We have to raise our frequency and try to connect on the frequency that make us comfortable, that make us okay, that make us functioning right. Because believe it or not, the kind of power we have, we don't even know, because we've been functioning on low frequency for so long that we don't even understand the power that we have. The power we have within us. We don't even know it. So by we trying to elevate ourselves out of these low frequency, this can help us to really find the power that we have within us. We've been stripped. Well, you guys know, I ain't got to tell you guys this. And you guys know what take place. So now you cannot blame no one anymore. Now in the time to blame no one. You cannot blame no one. The only person you could blame these days is yourself, because we're seeing what's going on. It's just coming day by day, just coming before us. So we can't blame nobody anymore. We got to do what we got to do for better ourselves and our family. So I just wanted to come with this message tonight, because we're moving into a new year. And guys, if you ever wanted to buy a piece of land, this year is the time. Into next year is the right time, because land is getting more expensive, and soon you wouldn't be able to get, because people buying up the land them, big warehouse going down on the land them, people building subdivision on the land them. So it will be very difficult for people to buy a piece of land in the future. So you see, this is the thing, man. You see, this is where unity becomes strength. This is where unity is strength, because there's a lot of commercial land that's selling today, commercial land. But because there's no unity, because the unity is not there, these opportunities will pass by and other people want to get them. The togetherness is needed. Togetherness. No, togetherness, you guys people could come together with their family and buy these properties. Come together, because it might be hard for one person, but come together, you and your family come together and go look for a piece of land, or a house, abandoned house, whatever. Unity, come together is important, because in a few years these land is not going to be there for sale. People buying them up. So if you guys, people could come together, families come together and buy up these lands, it's going to be great. It's going to be great for you guys. But the thing is, the togetherness, people can't trust each other, and that's the truth. But the togetherness, and there's ways you could come together with family and they can't take your stuff because you do it right. You do it right. Paper works. You understand? You do it correctly so nobody can take your stuff. So the togetherness is important. Families need to come together and start buying these land. It's commercial land. In a few years, these land gonna be triple. If you don't buy it, somebody else gonna buy it, and then what? What you gonna say? Oh, I remember when the piece of land was for sale. Well, guess what? Someone else got it. So for the new year, guys, if your plan is to invest, please invest in whatever you decide. I'm not telling you you got to buy land. In whatever you decide, start investing. It's important because you see what's happening. I never see so much people do 2 jobs before. And all people saying one job cannot make it. Never see so many. Sometimes people don't used to do 2 jobs because they want to. They might need a little extra money. So they say, you know what? Let me do this other job that I can make this extra money to do something. No, people actually doing 2 jobs just to make ends meet, just to make it. So it's real difficult now. It's getting more difficult and more difficult every day. But our mindset got to be on that level. Because you could sit down here from now until ever and say you want a piece of land. If you don't move, it's not going to happen. If you don't, you could sit down here and say you want to buy a house. If you don't make moves, it's not going to happen. So at the same time, movement, vibration, frequency, all this come together. This is what make progress. This is what make things happen. This is what elevate people. This is what make you think. This is what make you find connection. Because if you is in the right place and your mind is in the right place and your goal is to accomplish certain things, you know what's going to happen? You know what does happen most of the time? You just get connected with the person who can guide you there. Maybe the person who might be able to tell you, for instance, I'm going to keep it as land and house. For instance, you might want to buy a piece of land. And you're ready to buy the land. I know you're ready. I know you know what I mean, in your mind, man, I'm ready to get this piece of land. No, because I'm ready. There's going to be a connection that's going to come and show you more than one piece of land that you needed. No, it's going to be you choosing which piece you want, which piece is best. But if you ain't have yourself in that place, in that state of mind, if you don't have yourself there and you have yourself down there just stressing out yourself, have depression taking you over, it's not going to come to you. So you see, the clear mind create connection. So this is why it's so good not to be functioning on the lower frequency. When you rise, you connect. This is when you start connecting. Things start happening for you. But the next thing again, you have to, the same thing you want for yourself, it's got to be the same thing you want for others. All right? The same thing you want for yourself, you got to want it for others. Meaning, it's not about doing anybody any wrong. You just want good for everybody. You see what I'm saying? You want good. You want a house, you should feel good. If a person or your neighbor or your friend gonna buy a house too, that should bring joy to you. That shouldn't get you upset. That should make you feel happy to say, wow, I'm getting a house, and my neighbor is getting a house. That should bring joy. You see what I'm saying? That should bring joy to you, knowing that's the case. No, what has happened, what has messed that up is when you want a house, but you don't want your friend to get a house. There's where the messed upness start, the negativity start getting to you, start eating you out. Now you can't function properly now. Because instead of you walk and get in your house, lay neighbor walk and get in there, or your friend, you walking and being upset and allowing jealousy and hatred to take you over because your friend is trying to accomplish something. These things, you don't want no part of these things, man. You don't want, and I would not associate myself with people like that. That only you want to accomplish and nobody else. All right? So it's important, guys. It's important to function on your frequency that can. And when I say frequency, let me explain frequency a little more. Frequency can be, it's basically where you position yourself and the people you associate yourself with. All right? Because people is functioning on different levels. Right? The level that you functioning on or that works for you mightn't be working for somebody else. You got to find the position where you are that works for you, that bring peace, that bring happiness, joy, that bring connection to you. That's where you got to be function. That's where you want to be functioning. Because things come easier for you in these forms. Because it's like you connected. It's like the radio station. If you turn the knob, like for instance, you have a special radio station that you love every day. But someone might go in and turn it because they don't want to hear that type of music. They want to hear a different type of music. So they turn it and they listen to their music. When you go back into the vehicle or in the house and you turn on the radio, you hearing the music, but that's not the music you want to hear, right? What you do, you turn it on turn it on the station that you want to hear. So you see what I'm saying? It's connection, it's connecting. Is which one you want to connect to. You want to listen to that type of music. You want to listen to this type of energy. You want to listen to a station where they uplift, the music is uplifting you. Or you want to listen to music that drag your spirit down to the lower frequency. Is your choice. But it's connection and it's also levels. Yes, it's connection and it's always level. And it's where we decide to settle. All right. So yes, guys, we in December and we hitting the new year coming. And we all, every year, everyone always have a new year resolution that they want to accomplish something. Well, guys, don't just talk about it. Put it to action. Don't just talk about it. Put it to action. Make it happen. Start making moves. If you're making moves, things going to happen. Okay? Sometimes in life, you just got to make moves. You just got to start putting things in place for things to happen. So the new year, just make your plan, do what you think works for you, and just be blessed. Yes, guys. So, yes, guys. So, guys, thank you all for coming out. I appreciate each and every one of you for just even being here and listening to me this night. All right. So, tonight is announcement night. Now is announcement. I'm going to be announcing the Planter Herb Garden Challenge. Don't forget, guys, the Planter Herb Garden Challenge is still on. And don't forget, 10 different herbs. And it's all begin on the 1st of March. And it's end on the 25th of June. And on the 30th of June, that's when we're going to have the finale, where we're going to be having the giveaways. So don't forget, guys, to tune in. If you haven't joined us yet, you could always email me or you could press 1 in the chat. But I will be looking forward to see you guys on this beautiful journey, Planter Herb Garden Challenge for 2024. I think it will be an interesting journey. I think we're going to learn a lot more this year. I think it's something really valuable. I think we all can benefit from it in many different ways. So don't forget, guys, it's begin on the 1st of March, 2024. Let's make it happen. All right? Appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, guys. So thank you, guys, as always, for coming out tonight. I truly appreciate you guys. It's a blessing to have you guys here listening to what I got to say. And I hope that this can motivate you guys, somebody. I hope this can motivate somebody. I hope it can bring someone out of that frequency, that low frequency. I hope this message could reach somebody who really need to hear these words, that they can get out of, maybe get out of a situation and place themselves in a better position. Because once you place yourself in certain places, opportunity will come. Sometimes we block our own blessing because of where we locate ourselves and who we associate ourselves with. This is important, and I'm going to leave it there tonight. And I just want to say thank you guys for coming out. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have a blessed and wonderful week. And guess what? Don't forget, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button before you go out. I will appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mike Cadet Garden. Thank you, Fifi Johnny. Thank you, Dream Mama Grows. Thank you, the everyday life of an OC district. Thank you, TWP Popcorn. Thank you, Jajuan. Thank everyone for coming out, man. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the positive words. You're welcome, Fifi. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, guys. So you guys enjoy the rest of your week. You guys have a blessed and wonderful weekend. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. Good night.